Alright, it is 9:26 a.m. Monday, first day of the week, June the 21st, and the main watch list hasn't changed, but I spent some time cleaning up the watch list. On the other screen, UO&E is super impressive that, I wasn't there Friday, but that Friday was just able to have this nice downtrend right here. That's pretty cool. I guess once it cracked to this 15 level, the nice round number of 15, it was a downtrend spike to try to get past it, and then it ultimately had this really nice downtrend. A bit scary because it looks like it would have had to have been a hold through the market close into the market open, but it totally did it. I'm going to remove it just because I don't see that much range. I'm not trying to, play with this. There's a lot of resistance down here. It was just a nice setup. Never really got into it, but maybe in the future I'll be closer. FBCD potential. Morning panic bounce play. Ideally it breaks at least 25, maybe it even goes to 23. I'm not too sure, but I'd like to see some range. LWLG, this one's a morning panic bounce play too. Same here with MJWL. PHIL is a new one. This one's going to be a morning panic bounce play too. GME, I'm just going to watch this one. It needs to really hold this. It looks like a 209 level. AMC just to watch as well. DPLS, morning panic bounce play 2, and APTY. I think I might remove this one. It's mid-range. It can do whatever it wants at this point, but that's what I got at the moment. Okay, 9:36. I haven't made any trades. A little bit inconsistent. Maybe it's because I wasn't here on Friday and I just need a refresher. Anyway, MJWL had this panic, and I was considering a buy, maybe ideally if we had a low volume candle, but somebody with a market order just shot the stock past the VWAP level, kind of kept me out of this because I don't want to be buying into right here, or it could just downtrend from here. It just doesn't seem as clean as what I've seen before, so that's why I'm not too interested in it at the moment. But I might be considering these for maybe a higher low, a double bottom, maybe even a lower low. It all depends. LWLG was kind of similar, but this one just had one drop, one candle dropping right here. It was the big volume candle, and this one got from 663 to 683, just not a good range. You can see it's already at the lows. Did I go over MJWL? Yep, I did. FBCD, saw it a little bit, immediately just kind of turned around, and now it's just trading back and forth, so just nothing awesome. DPLS decided to spike today, so there wasn't a move there, although I see it is starting to drop. And the other one, this one I think worked the best. NWGC, I've said there wasn't like a clear big volume candle either, so it hasn't been an exact science. I was considering a buy, but then when it kind of turned around right here, that close to the VWAP, just didn't see much opportunity, so that's why I haven't traded any of these. I will be looking though for maybe again for a higher low, lower, bell bottom. It's just something like that. But right now, no clean morning panic bounce plays that I really wanted to trade. Alright, 9:47, a little degenerate, but anyway, this is a panic right here, first red day. Potential it could uptrend later. It might just be the big crash day anyway. This was like a confirmed breakdown setup over the VWAP, breaks VWAP, bounces back. This could have been a short ideally, gets to VWAP, rejects, and then, it has a bad spread, so it's not perfect, but I took a buy at 9:43. Right here at 55. This candle I got executed in, I think ultimately. I got executed at 9:43. Right, so right around this level, but I was probably interested a little earlier. 9:40. No, I guess not. Yeah, I was just seeing this price action. I bit the ask, and I thought, okay, well, we had this bounce from here, here to here. Bounces again. We have VWAP to look after, and this thing could do a spike towards VWAP and maybe continue an uptrend. And my risk, I was buying at 55. My risk was like if it cracked 52, And then we had a bit of a spike and uptrend, which was nice. I wanted it to immediately work. It could work eventually. It's trading higher than where I sold at, but again, just not a good spread here. But anyway, you know, I got to here, and then it started having this price action. Then we had this sketchy candle right here. So that's kind of like what really got me out of it. I'm like, nope, I don't want to hold through that. So eventually got executed at 9:47 the next minute when it opened right here at the 60 level. It's doing it now. I guess I was just too you know, was a bit too too scared out. But you know, I wanted it to work immediately. I wouldn't have minded if it was uptrending right here, but when we had this sketchy candle here at this level right here, it just scared the crap out of me. So I guess the setup wasn't that bad because it's working, but it's not too ideal either because the volume isn't that good. I just wanted to play it safe. I tried selling at 665 at 944 and I wasn't getting executed. I had that order sitting, and then I changed it to, you know, 60, and then that's when I got executed here. It's doing exactly what I want. I'd be selling right now. You know, probably all of the position because it's only 100 shares. I don't want to try trading just 50 shares. That's not a block size on the stock that trades this little. I'd probably sell my entire position right here in the 70s. I'd take the bid or maybe try to mess around with the ask or try to be in the middle, but I would totally be out right now. It worked out. You know, the setup I was thinking of actually worked. It could have failed too. It could have cracked the day low. That would have been immediately cut losses quickly. But when we had that sketchy candle right here, it just really messed with me. And if this was more liquid, it wouldn't have likely have happened. So, you know, it's just a trade-off, I guess. It's working nicely. I don't even think that was much of a percent gain. Yeah. Not a bad attempt. I'd be selling again right here. I mean, it can go all the way up. It can even go green on the day, but it is starting to look a bit toppy here. Again, I'd be out my entire position in the 70s here. It did work out. It just took a little longer than what I would have wanted it to. But hey, great. It's doing it. I'll be looking for more setups. Okay, it is 10:02. I am considering a buy, just risking off of this 11 level, because I've seen this so many times where it just downtrends, bounces back and forth between VWAP and some level of support, and then it does like a slow uptrend towards 10:30. But this one is kind of throwing me off because it might do it. It's probably going to do it, and I'm probably just being too scared and hesitant. I just don't like how there's just like these big dumps on the bid. It just kind of throws me off. But in theory, if I trade it, it'd be like a tiny $200 position anyway. But we'll see. It looks like it's trying to do it now. I'll make an update. Maybe I was just too scared there, but I didn't like the sketchy price action, as you can see right here. That wasn't really nice. Okay, it's 10:08. In theory, it could be doing it right now. I didn't get in a trade. Even with a small position size, I probably should have just considered it, even if it doesn't work. But there was always that big wall at that 115 level. But in theory, it could totally do it right here. If anybody is crazy enough to short this stock, they would be probably thinking about covering. Oh, and just a quick update. LWLG, it got as high as that 93, dropped again. Super nice. You know, something to learn from. I'll make an update later. I thought something was going to happen. Doesn't seem like it. This thing in theory is breaking out. Going to make a run towards 12, which would be pretty cool. Alright, 1019. Very nice. Is at 12.33. I should have considered the trade. I shouldn't have been so scared, even if there was dumping on the bid or whatever. I just had to cut losses if it breaks 11, and there's always time to get out when a level breaks. It's not like it breaks it and immediately shoots to 9 pennies or something. It's always a nice opportunity. Definitely squeeze a lot of shorts and probably momentum buyers like me who took the trade. So how much further can this go? Who knows? It's at the highs. You know, it could try to just consolidate and, you know, uptrend later, maybe keep running. I feel like the top is pretty much there, if not very close to it. I guess maybe just one big volume day per, you know, for example, but it could be it right here. Just a nice setup. The only thing I'm looking at right now is GME, because it's kind of holding. I guess I might be late to this one, but it's kind of holding this level. They could squeeze a bunch of people who are short, who need to cover. Dip buyers, because if you look at a 15 minutes, you know, there is support, give or take, around that level. That's all I got for right now. I'm still looking. Alright, it is 10:29. A little bit of a hiccup here, but this could have been like maybe the ultimate bottom of this, ideally 206.42. If you want to be nitpicky, I think the lowest was 13. Right, it says right there the low was 206.13. It could do an uptrend right here. This could be just a nice bear trap, just a lot of shorts that got short here. Well, I mean, that break down and then it starts to uptrend. I guess it's trying to do it again here. This is the first time I had more than 2 green candles in a row. It's not bad. I guess it would have been amateur for me to have been here, then just cut losses, and then it does it later. You know, it's not an exact science, but it just sucks because you're like, okay, what if I risk 207, breaks 207, keeps downtrending, now you're at 204, and you're like, whoops, I thought it was gonna just hold itself, or maybe bounce back to sell later. Never does it, and it scares the crap out of you. I guess shorts are getting covered now. Really, that's the only thing I'm looking at. Let's see how this one does. 209 is gonna be a level of resistance. I'll make an update later. Maybe if it downtrends a little, makes like a baby inverse head and shoulders, I might be interested in that. Okay, it's 10:36. Potential inverse head and shoulders. It did break 209 briefly. Went towards 210. If we have like a consolidation candle here that doesn't do anything, I don't see why I shouldn't push myself to at least trade just one share of it. Not 0 shares, although maybe that'll end up being the case. If we just have a consolidation candle, that would be ideal. Maybe 2 green candles, who knows, but not much range in this type of stock. It's just really speculation. Alright, it is 10:54. I did consider a trade. I did a trade here with AMC. Clearly didn't work out in this case, but at least I tried. It's not like the other one, MJWL, where I just took a L by not even trying. I tried here, it just didn't work, and that's totally fine. Still got out with a tiny profit. Right, yeah, well, this is a tiny profit. So I bought at 10:40. Executions were very quick. Right about here, 10:40. You know, potential inverse head and shoulders. Risking off of this, you know, I was risking it off of this wick right here at 58.42. That's kind of like something I developed a long time ago when I was looking at Nasdaq's, that, you know, I want to wait for that big wick to risk off of, which is close to the head. So that's pretty nice, so that if I risk off the wick, it cracks, maybe I'll have some room to get out before the head cracks. You know, to avoid any slippage, I guess, in theory. You know, it's not an exact science if you ask me, but I like risking off the wick. I bought at 58.6994 at 10:40, right after the candle with the big wick. So I bought, yeah, give or take a right here, 6.7, and I sold 3 minutes later, almost 4 minutes. No, yeah, 3 minutes later at 58.91. So what happened? Nice crack here, got above this 59 level. I was looking towards this 59.30 level, which I think would have been, you know, green, right to green, but we didn't get there. We broke 59, was struggling, And once it kind of downtrended right here, I said, all right, well, I'll try to take a sell at the next run towards 59. 1043, I got out right here. I forgot at what point did I guess it was all in the same candle, but it had an uptrend and then it got below 59. I said, all right, this might not have much more room. Let me sell when it tries to come back there. Didn't quite really get back to 59, I don't know, but I just said, all right, let me just sell at 91. Just a tiny tiny position size, but I think it was good trying. Only 4 shares. I don't know, great exercise. It felt the same, I guess. You know, whether it was a 4-share trade or, you know, maybe a 100-share trade. Maybe not 100, but that was the idea. Could have worked out. It didn't, but at least I tried it. I'll be looking for more setups, but nothing right now. Oh, one more thing. I just wanted to make a clarification. I was looking at GME for that inverse head and shoulders, but then I switched to AMC just because overall AMC is near its highs. So it's more bullish, and GME is a little bit, I'd say maybe halfway, mid-range if you look at 100-day charts. Just not the best range, so that's why I went with AMC, just because it was that potential. It was going to be, you know, more likely to uptrend here. On top of that, it's the main stock, so, you know, maybe GME is just lagging behind. So if AMC is crashing, then GME will crash too. But then at least I can try with AMC because it's going to be ahead of GME. Just wanted to make that update. LWLG is at 688. That's nice. I had my sell here at 60. Give or take right here in this candle. And I had a buy at 55. Alright, that's great. I'll keep trying. I might not be looking at the markets that much right now, but I'll still consider any setups that look really nice because we are starting to head towards midday. Okay, it is 1:35 p.m. I did take a tiny look when it was around 1, and in theory I might have considered the inverse head and shoulders with AMC, but it's not really perfect because I would have liked if the neckline got a bit higher. That wasn't really the case here, and the shoulder was a bit low. It did spike a little from 55 to 56, but that was about it. I think GME did something similar. Not as nice as AMC. LWLG looks like it's starting to fade a little bit. 672. This could be the top. You know, you could take a short and risk VWAP. I might even consider that myself. Who knows? MJWL. Yeah, it did it. I mean, it got as high as 135. Pretty impressive. Maybe next time when I see something like this, I'll be even closer to getting that set up. DPLS just keeps uptrending. Same with PHIL, although this one's a bit better. This could be a potential morning panic bounce play in the future. I'll be looking at LWLG for a potential short, but that's about it. Okay, it is 2:16. A little unfortunate. I just wasn't really there for it. I did see it in the last recording, but nice downtrend. Although it might have found a bottom, at least right now. I could try to make a leg up and maybe try to hit VWAP again and downtrend, or maybe it'll break through. Who knows? But I actually took an L because I found out I didn't trade anything, but I found out that I was actually trading on my short seller account with the PDT, so basically I only have one trade available, so I don't want to just throw it on this, especially when it can bounce back. I need to not make that mistake again, and out of curiosity, yep, LWLG is still shortable. Looks like HTZGQ is back under 8. GME is struggling. It's like right at that 200 level, which is pretty significant. It broke it previously here and it caused a lot of panic, but it's trying to hold itself. And it did ultimately break this 207-ish level. So that's where I'm at right now. It's just going to be a watch. I wonder if it's going to crack that 200 level and stay below it, or if it's going to try to make a move towards the upside later. But that's where I'm at, just less willing to trade right now. If I see something cool, perhaps, but I don't think I'll make another trade, but there's always a chance. Alright, it is 6:17 and I'm just here to call it off, just to go over what happened and everything. AMC continued a downtrend. This was the inverse head and shoulder somewhere around here that I considered. I don't think, yeah, I'm not logged in anymore. It did do another one. I was looking at it here, or maybe here. I'm not too sure extremely well which one it was. Just a nice downtrend under that 60 level, which was pretty important. I'm not the kind of guy to just short this thing and hold it for a while. GME is also similar, although this one never really did get above 200. These things were strong, I think, pre-market too. Yeah, pretty strong, but yeah, nothing just came out of this, which is fine as well. It is a nice potential short considering the fact that it is at that 200 level. LWLG, this is what I was fearing, right? I was fearing something like this. Really nice move till 7-11. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that was my fear. This thing might continue an uptrend. Somebody messed with the ticks, but that's a pretty strong close. That is super impressive. MJWL, yeah, this one was alright. That's nice. That was a setup I was considering and it worked. Maybe next time I'll actually take it. That's the one thing I could have done better today, was to have considered it. I did not see this. DPLS. Afternoon panics are always a bit hard. It just fell off a cliff and now we have some sketchy tick mess again. Oh, everything's fine. It closed at 81. That is sketchy. 60 to 71. PHL keeps uptrending. This might continue. Maybe it'll make another big green day. I will be considering this now for potential morning panic bounce plays. Ideally we get 2 more big green candles, but I might be asking for too much. That's all I got. Overall, a pretty good day. I tried. Should have done that DPL. Was it? No, not DPL. I should have tried that MJWL buy right there. You know, totally worked out. I'm glad I did try that AMC inverse head and shoulders. And that other one with LWLG 655. That was a wicked buy. It worked out. It just did not hold long enough. This, you know, tick right there just sketched me. Just completely sketched me out because I'm here at 655, 666, 665, and then sketchy candle right there, low volume. But it worked out. That's pretty good. I'll look forward to continuing my best to try, Lord willingly. And that's all I got for today. Overall, pretty good. Should have jumped in on that that trade with MJWL though. Even if it didn't work out, I should have tried it.